Well, God, I mean, I wanted to like build with you about we talk about going back to basics, right? And the science of us coming together, right? And like dealing with politics and with the politics of each other, like the politics of us dealing with making decisions across the board for us as a whole.
Yeah, see, a lot of things I don't like to speak about on film because I don't want that to go somewhere and be misconstrued or something else. But we need to learn. We have to learn from each other. We need to learn our weaknesses. Because a lot of brothers, they ain't got. Everybody's so strong. We have weaknesses that keeping us from coming together, and them weaknesses are not physical; they're mental. Because physically, man, we have a lot of things going for us. I be telling brothers, let's come together and do this. Let's come together and do that. I suggest things because I'm not fighting that fight no more like that. That's what I say. But eventually, it always comes back to we have to fight the fight because a lot of these cats don't even know how to fight the fight. It's supposed to be fought for certain things. But we need to find how we need to know our weaknesses because we let anything interrupt everything that we do. A couple of words here, a couple of words there, because we don't understand. See, the only way that we want to come together, you have to come. You have to make certain. You have to make certain exceptions. Some people can't do everything that other people do. You have to realize who can do what and who can't do what. Everybody's fit for something, but everybody's not fit for everything. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's fit for something, but everybody's not necessarily fit for everything. Let's put it that way. You know what I'm saying? And once you figure out what you're fit for, what you're not fit for, don't try to fit into a situation that you know you can't help with. Because that's what stagnates the situation. I don't care what you do. A lot of brothers want to do a lot of stuff. They want to include everybody. You can't include everybody in what you do. Sometimes you have to go outside the circle to get what you got to get done. There's nothing wrong with that. It's still in the name. In our circle, there's no outside our circle. Our circle is 360 degrees in whatever direction we face. So you got to understand, we got to understand that we have a power that people see we have, and they look at us and say, "What don't they?" We have a voting power. We have a voting power. We have votes. We have numbers. We have a fantastic voting block. You know what I'm saying? That we can use to our advantage, which is not illegal. It's very legal. It's constitutional. We can use our voting, power to help get some things done for us as well as our communities that we live in. But as a nation, we can go and talk to people, just set up the right committees. I'm talking to some people said, we got 5,000 votes. We got 3,000 votes, All over the city, we have the biggest voting block in the city. We have the biggest voting block in the city.
You're saying like the 5% has the biggest
5%, yes.
Has the biggest voting block. A voting block is a group of people.
A group of people that can come to one common cause. We have a group of people going that have the biggest voting block in the city. That's an actual fact.
But we don't even utilize it.
We haven't utilized it the way we're supposed to because we voting. We have other people having us like this. Which is nothing wrong with that. You go where you want to go. But if we use our heads, we can come together and have our own voting block, and we could, have people move in some of the direction we want to move into. Because them votes are important to people that want to get elected. This is a voting year. I would love this. Anybody that want to get together. You ain't got to be from Medina. You ain't got to be from Pelon. From wherever you're from, let's come together some kind of way and advocate to our brothers and sisters out there. You don't have to give me a book with your names on it. That's the only thing people are afraid of, putting their names on stuff. So we ain't got to do that. But we can come to an understanding that when we say do this, it could be done. Because a lot of times, these people, what they do, they establish voting clubs. Political clubs, We don't have to be, in anybody's favor. We could just be ourselves.
Because you don't have to be Democrat or Republican.
We could be independent.
Independent.
Independent with these votes.
See, the idea is do we agree though? That's the
we
thing.
have to learn to learn. We have to learn to agree on certain things that's going to benefit the whole nation, and not just. And it is for the nation. It's just not for a couple of guys to get $2 in their pocket to buy a truck or a car. That's not happening with these votes. But what I'm suggesting, you know, and it's not like I want to be the leader of this and that, but I'm just making a suggestion, and it should be taken care of. It should be taken care of. We have to have brothers and sisters come together, talk to each other, and say, listen, we have these votes. Rasheem is right. If I'm not right, then you come and tell me why I'm not right. But this could work for the whole nation, and we could use that because other brothers across the country are doing it. You know, we got brothers as mayors now. We got brothers as council people. We got brothers in all kinds of office positions in government.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of one, Ross Baraka in Newark.
You know what I'm saying?
He has a history with the 5%.
Yeah, because you know, Newark has always been, you know, strong when it came to black culture thing. You know, they've always had a strong black thing in Newark. But I'm just saying, like, we can take this voting power that we have, and we can, you know, we gotta. In other words, a lot of brothers out here want to do a lot of good stuff in the nation. They have it, but they don't trust. You know, they don't trust each other because there's a history of the nation messing up money, messing this, messing that up. I'm asking, man. You know, I'm asking. You know, I'm not telling you all because you know, we were all a bunch of knuckleheads. I was one of the original ones. You know, but we have to understand that we got to come together on this, man, because this is important to us. You know. We're not children anymore. We have brothers out here that's very well educated. We have young brothers and sisters coming behind us, but we need to get out here and, you know, show the government and the world, man, that we're preparing and we're coming. You know, and we're trying to do the right thing. We don't do that, we're their last hope. Because we're the ones that the Lord gave it to bring it out to the world. If we don't give it to the world, it's going to die with us, and that ain't going to happen. I don't care if it's just one. Take it somewhere else. You know. But this is what it's all about. We have to learn to understand the power of the voting power that we have, the power of our votes. That's key. And we can get the school to get straightened out. I would like to see the school. I have some things that I'm dealing with the school with right now, and I need to sit with some brothers because I don't want any misinformation and I don't want any mistrust of what I'm doing, what I'm trying to do, because there's nothing done in secret with me. I mean, I'm out in the open, but I would like to do some things. And I know I have to go to the guards, because there ain't no leaders in this, and let them know what I'm doing. And I think I could get them know who I am, and I've never had any scandal situation, but we can do some good things, man. We just listen to each other and sit down and talk with each other.
Yeah, that's important, God. I mentioned Ross Baraka because the God Elevation has like an outreach program in Newark. Where are you familiar with Elevation?
I might have met the brother, because I know there's another brother out there, Nolans and them, they got the construction company out there.
No, this is actually dealing with the youth in the school. Okay, so and Ross Baraka, he wanted to do what Allah did, with Lindsay in the 60s, open the schools, and he approached the guards, but see, that's where brothers don't always agree. Because they want to argue over power refinement. They want to argue over 1963, 1964. So, see, these are the things that
what the brothers have to realize, man. What we did then, and it's worked from then till now. But it was prepared by Allah Himself. You know what I'm saying? And the right people. I know people that was there at the time of the signing of the lease. There's people still alive with that. And they're willing to help us do whatever we want to do in order to protect that property. But brothers have to realize, man, what we did then. But right now it's a situation where we are modern day guards here. Back then it was the time of God. Then modern day guard, it's a different approach to a whole lot of different things now. So if somebody approaches you and you can benefit from it, what's there to argue about? Give it a shot. If it don't work out, it don't work out. But at least you can't say you didn't give it a shot. You can't. They can't say, well, we came to them and they didn't accept it. But what was the reason why they didn't? What was the reason why they didn't come through? The elevation didn't like what was going on, or the brothers around?
No, it just the brothers that at the time just couldn't agree. on, I guess, the history or how this thing goes or how this knowledge goes or how the order of it.
Like you said, sometimes,
But to give credit to Elevation, he moved forward and did do some things. He just had to do. He couldn't do it
in the
name per se. He had to go outside, but he still was productive in his endeavors.
Sometimes like I said, sometimes you got to go outside the circle.
If Mecca did this,